See, I got some voids. This would be almost completely filled, completely covered. That's like 100%. There's no. Okay, so I'm working on this shower here. This is the subway tile top area, and I just want to talk a little bit about back buttering, when you need it and when you don't need it. And I'm going to give you a specific example of when it can be really helpful. Most times for a tile this size, which is a 4-inch by 10-inch tile, you usually don't need to back butter it. But in this case, I am actually back buttering every tile. I'm going to show you why. Now, what I'm using here is some inset left in here is a Euro trowel. It's a Euro trowel, and this one here is about equivalent to a 1/4 or 3/8 inch notch, probably more like a 1/4 inch notch. This is designed to give you to achieve better coverage more easily. But anyway, even if this was just a regular square notch trowel, the same thing would apply. So in a wet area like this, the coverage on the back of the tile should be 95%. In a dry area, it's supposed to be 80%. If you're using natural stone, then it's always 95%. But in this case, because this tile is in a wet area, it's supposed to be 95%. And just troweling and sticking the tile with this particular tile doesn't get me there. I have to back butter every tile. I'm going to show you why. So this tile here, I don't know if you can see it in there, has like a deep pattern on the back of the tile. Okay, see that? It's got like a really, if you get the right light here, you can see it's got a deep pattern. So when I push this in, the ridges hit the wall, first. So I would have to use a deeper trowel than what I'm using to get the proper coverage. But what happens when you do that is then you get thin set squeezing out the grout lines, and that's just more work. So in this case, it's a good idea to just back butter the tile, and with the flat side of the trowel, and it gets you where you need to be. So I'm going to just show you how I'm just going to demonstrate that for you right now. So I got this section of the wall right here. Just going to press some thin set. When I get this tile, just stick it on there, then move back and forth like it's supposed to. And I'll pull it off. And see, it's actually pretty good in most places, but see here, I got a lot of voids here, and see, I got some voids. This would be almost 95, but not quite. So this trowel getting me close, but not quite close enough. So I'm gonna put this one down. I'm gonna spread some more into it. This time I'm going to back butter the tile. So I back buttered the tile, so effectively I filled all those deep grooves. Push it on. Again, not even as much as before. Pull it off. And see how that's completely filled, completely covered. That's like 100%. There's no voids at it. And because you don't see, if this was, you know, if I had the same thing, you would see like straight lines on here. If it wasn't complete coverage, there's no straight lines. It's just all completely spread out. So this is why you want to back butter these tiles that have a deep groove, so that you get the proper coverage. And, you know, you got to spread your you got to have the right size trowel. So you also need to have the right size trowel for the tile you're putting on. If this was a bigger tile, I would have used a bigger trowel. If the tile was flat on the back, and many of them are, there's no deep pattern in the back, then I wouldn't even bother back buttering the tiles, because I would get the correct coverage without back buttering. So in this case, because these tiles have a deep groove, I'm gonna, you know, as I've been doing on this whole bathroom, back flat troweling, back buttering every tile. So anyway, just in case you've never seen my videos before, my name's Sal de Blasi. I'm a tile contractor in the Boston area. Been installing tile over 34 years. Check out my channel. I got over 700 videos, everything to do with tile. Check that out. If you're looking for a solution to a problem, I probably have it. If I don't, I'm going to be working on it in the future. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe and check me out on Patreon. If you can support me, that'd be great. Most importantly of all, subscribe. And I'm getting close to 100,000 subscribers. I'm 99% sure I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a tile cutter when I reach 100,000, so stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.